Night teeth. Teeth that come out at nighttime. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at another Netflix horror movie review. I know I did say I was getting a little bit bored of horror movies, but I decided to give this one a watch because it looked like a little bit more of a comedy and has one of my favorite childhood actresses in it. I love Debbie Ryan. I watched her in Jessie, and I absolutely adored Jessie. So, you know, she is an actor which I did recognize and thought would be pretty good to check out this movie. Just to see what she's up to nowadays. I know this movie did come out a while ago, so this isn't what she's currently up to, but it's still interesting to see her again, not gonna lie. I scrolled past this, and it's a movie that I did want to watch for a while, but just because it's not Halloween doesn't mean we can't watch a good horror movie. So without any further delay, let's take a look at what Google has to say. And this is a movie which has a 5.7 out of 10 on IMDb, a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes, and a 2 out of 5 on Common Sense. And you can watch it on Netflix. A college student moonlighting as a chauffeur picks up two mysterious women for a night of party hopping across LA. However, when he uncovers their bloodthirsty intentions, their dangerous, shadowy underworld, he must fight to stay alive. So how the story actually goes is with him, taking a job for his brother because his brother can't actually take it because he's going to go out and hunt vampires. But he can't exactly tell his little brother that because that's weird, and his little brother would never believe him. So it turns out that he didn't actually fact check these two's ride, so he didn't know that these two were vampires, and these two go around and they're killing people, and they're murdering them. They have a special ring which can get them into special vampire sections of buildings and clubs, so they can feast on random guys and random people and take their blood. We have our main character find that out, get shit scared, but then get forced to continue being the chauffeur because their boss is killing Sydney Sweeney and Megan Fox. They're both dead in this movie, unfortunately. They get murked off within like the first few minutes of this movie, which is upsetting. They were definitely underutilized, but you know what? Sure, go for it, pop off king. You want your dramatic death to sort of show power. And yeah, these guys just go and cause chaos, taking out the biggest vampire overlords, and have the chauffeur help them. We have the chauffeur actually fall in love with Debbie Ryan's character, and Debbie Ryan actually fall in love with the chauffeur over the course of this movie, and they, get into a lot of fights, a lot of action. They're being hunted down by his brother and also the vampires, and they end up getting hit, getting shot, and having to go to the main base to save his brother. He breaks in against Debbie Ryan's wishes and causes a lot of chaos. He breaks the wall open, killing her sister and also her boss, and then he got bit and he was gonna die, so Debbie Ryan gave him some of her blood, and then he turned into a vampire, and now they're dating. And that's where the movie ends. And I don't know why this movie gets a lot of shit, I'm going to be honest. This movie was really interesting. It was quite fun, quite an upbeat movie, not going to lie. To say that it was all about murder and death, it was very fun. The music, the lighting, the setting of the movie with this sort of mob boss gangster underworld type beat with main characters being vampires and sort of fighting for control of this city and then people trying to stop them. Honestly, a really cool premise that I haven't seen done before. The CGI isn't brilliant, it's kind of mediocre at best with everything that it has to offer, with the teeth growing and retracting, the burning of the vampire corpses, and there's quite a few big name actors in here which I genuinely didn't expect. Again, like Megan Fox and Sydney Sweeney, and then we have another quite famous actor as well pop his face up. He was in Bad Boys, and he also didn't last very long, I'm going to be honest. They have all their expensive characters not really last long, obviously because they're expensive, so they don't want to spend too much money on them, but they can have them on the poster and in the credits, so then they can get people to come and watch this movie. It is a marketing tactic. to try and get some big names in your movie to get people to come and watch it because they know these big people names. And not gonna lie, it is a cheap move to do this, but I thought it was alright because it didn't really add or take away from the movie, in my opinion. Having these big name actors just be here for like a little cameo, I thought that it was still a decent movie and had quite a lot of potential. The acting was good all round, and I liked the chemistry that was actually shown on screen with our sort of main character in the Debbie Ryan love story. I thought that was really good. And we definitely saw it grow throughout the movie with how close they were getting, and him turning into a vampire. I kind of expected, but it didn't do it in the way that I thought. I kind of thought that he would just want to be a vampire anyway, so he could spend the rest of his life with her, but that's not the way it turned out. So I got my prediction wrong, actually, for this movie. Normally, I'm pretty good at predicting things, so I should have really guessed, because it wasn't that surprising that they did it the way they did. It wasn't like a massive shock. It was more of like me being disappointed that my prediction wasn't right, rather than oh shit, that's how he turns into a vampire. Because we all knew it was coming. We all knew one way or another he would turn into a vampire, and he would spend the rest of his life with Debbie Ryan. Because they were building up this love story, and how she would betray her master to protect him. And they also tried to set up a betrayal of the sister to Debbie Ryan, which never really came through. They did say they were going to kill the kid and then kill her, and they never really did that or expanded upon that. It was like one phone call in the kid's house within direct earshot of like the kid and Debbie Ryan. So I don't really get how that made sense, and it was just kind of there for plot filler and more dramatic effect, to sort of show that she wasn't as nice as she was letting on. But we could have already got that from what we could infer from how her character has been acting throughout the rest of the movie. I thought it was quite fun when she was leaning out the car getting shot at. I thought that was quite cool, and it did also foreshadow her actually getting shot later on in the movie, with her reckless carelessness sort of attitude and behavior. Again, a lot of foreshadowing, a lot of actual thought was put into this movie, which can't be said the same for some modern movies. Not gonna lie, there is quite a few plot holes in some modern big budget movies. Madam Web. Craven. And yeah, it was good. It was a nice one-off movie for me to watch. I hope that they don't make a number 2. I hope that they just leave it at that. I don't think they would make a number 2 anyway, with like how poorly rated it was. But this was nice. This was a good little change of pace, a little comedic, sort of more light-hearted horror movie for me to watch, which isn't really a horror, and I personally wouldn't call a horror like ever, because it wasn't scary. It was more of like an action thriller, maybe even a slasher, if you could call it that. But honestly, I think everyone who rated this movie rated it a little bit too harshly, and didn't really care for it that much. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was decent, and it did entertain me, and it was a movie which made me not go on my phone. Like, I actually was locked in throughout this movie, so that gives it some high praise. That gives it some top bar caliber movie. So personally, to me, that's a pretty good, like, 9 out of 10 movie right here. If you do want me to review any other movies, TV shows, or animes, do leave it down in the comments below, and I'll get on it as quickly as possible. But other than that, I'll see you all in the next one, and goodbye.